Over the last decade, the city of Marlborough has welcomed a large number of immigrants. This growth has ultimately led to the development of many successful businesses. Joining me today is Oliveiros Salles to help me understand what his journey has looked like ever since coming to the U.S. years ago.
All right, so it's funny because I'm from Brazil. My real name is Oliveiros, Oliveiros, and Salles is my last name. Since I came here, people say Oliveiros is a little harder for Americans to say. Change for Sal. Just cut my last name in half, and kept the last name. So everybody knows me as Sal Salles.
I started off by asking what brought him to Marlborough.
Marlborough is a nice city. I remember when I came, I lived in Somerville, and I had a friend that used to live in Marlborough, and I visited him one time. That's a long time ago, 25 years ago. But I love the city, But I thought it was much more expensive here. I said, well, I'm not gonna touch it. But then finally I noticed, oh man, actually this is more affordable than Somerville. Then I moved in, and at that time I had 2 kids. But and what made me coming back, man, I never left since. Even though now I live in Lancaster, but Marlborough is my city. It's my city. I love it. I would say I came to U.S. I was 24, so Marlborough came 26 probably. Yeah, 26, 27. So I married in Brazil in 95. So then I came. We get married in August, and came here next year on May 1996. So it came on 1996, and then after that, quickly, we got the first kid, daughter Joyce, and then we got the second one right away, boom boom. And then at that time, my wife, I said, man, what are we gonna do? Babysitter was too expensive. Then I say, oh, you know what? Stay home. So she stayed home for a little bit. Yeah, but the kids now, they're growing up now, 25 and 23. Joyce, the oldest, she already graduated from college. She did business at Nichols College. Jessica is the youngest, 23. She graduated last year at Anna Maria as a nurse. So both married now, believe it or not. Yeah, crazy.
In Brazilian culture, religion is a very important part of life. Sal opened up to me about his involvement in the church and explained how the way in which he was brought up continues to play a role in his contribution throughout their services.
Yeah, I always get involved in church. I used to be the time that I was in Somerville, I was leading the music in Cambridge, a small church, Brazilian church. But then when I moved here, I was part of Greater Grace Church, right here, Pleasant Street, nearby Boys and Girls Club, and I have been there for I would say 18 years, about that, and I have been doing being the leader of the music for about 12 years, and man, it's awesome. The church is growing, we do a lot in there, especially doing the holidays, Christmas and Easter. So we do some stuff in there. It's cool. So as a leader in the music, so you need to come with new songs and stuff like this. So my favorite bands is Elevation Worship, Hillsong. So those are gospel music, gospel music. So I need to listen to those guys, and I love to listen to those guys, those gospel. But if I go out of that, man, then I'll go way back. I'm 49, so when I used to if I need to listen to something cool, I will listen to Stevie Wonder. That's what it is, because the guy's a monster. So Whitney Houston, that's not here anymore, but those are the guys that not because they call them, but no, because they are great singers. They're great singers, So I would listen to those guys. I like those kind of jazz and those kind of groove, those kinds of beat, I play guitar, acoustic guitar. That's my main instrument, but like I love the drums. I go there just to have fun. I like to have fun on the drums. When I started playing, I was young, at the time maybe 15, and at that time was much different. So probably things that you don't know, because now you go to your cell phone and get the Google and do everything. In my time, no way, man. No cell phones, no computer. So you need just to buy like listen to the music on the radio and get your guitar and try to play. So I play a lot by ear because I train my ear to listen, you know, and then I just go by there. Like today's easy, everything's easy for you guys, unbelievable. My dad was like a musician, you know, and he used to play the trombone, trumpet, and I used to lead like a lot of choirs. At that time, like a choir was the big thing, you know, the formal choir that like everybody stand up, and the director just direct. And my dad used to, back in Brazil, used to be like, man, I remember like at one time, I was little, but like he used to direct like about 27 choirs, if I'm not wrong, different churches. And one time he put everybody together and they sang all together, more than 500 voices. And I love it. I grew up like this. And I never went to school, you know. It's funny because at my church, like Greater Grace and the church back in Cambridge, they think that I know a lot, but I don't. I just pretend I know, you know, and they believe it. That's all. But, you know, it's just growing up on that, and it's just in the blood.
Sal touched on why he believes his community has seen such a growth here in the city. He emphasized the importance of the work ethics his people have to offer. Soon after, he went on to reminisce about certain things he misses from back home in Brazil.
Brazilian community is, man, it's hard to, I mean, I think it's growing already. Like Framingham, if you go to Framingham, grew a lot. And that's like, if you look Framingham like years ago, 25 years ago, Framingham wasn't that much. And now because of, not saying, but now because the Brazilians brought it up. A lot of energy and hard workers. So Marlboro is the same. I think like we got a lot of Brazilians here now, and they very hard workers, but like they need some help. I love to when I can help, you know, because sometimes like they have no idea. You know, immigrant over here is very hard to be an immigrant because they always scared, you know, about a lot of things. But like I think they can help a lot for our city. Oh, Brazil, what I miss about Brazil, man, when I go there, I love to go to Brazil because I try to go at least like every other year. You know, Brazil is, man, the people is very nice. People are very nice, and the food is unbelievable. I love the food. That's what I miss the most. Like because over here, like we got like, especially the fruits. Oh man, over here we got one kind of banana. Brazil, we got like, I don't know, 10 kinds of banana, just for the banana, you know, like it's unbelievable. If you've never been there, you have to go, man. Go now. You're like, yeah, now that you're young, go there, enjoy the food so much. So many juices. When you ask for a juice over here, oh, can I have orange juice? They come with a little can or a little bottle. I say, come on, man. I'm talking about natural juice. Just to squeeze that thing and bring it to me. But now they come with that little juice. They're like, Florida juice. Horrible. Sorry, but like yes, but natural juice. That's perfect. And that's what I miss. And man, go to the beach, get with your friends. And it's funny because we work a lot here, and I still work a lot, you know. And feels like in Brazil, people enjoy more the time that they have. They work, but like then they come back, go to the beach, have some fun, play some soccer, some volleyball, and be with friends. And I think we miss this here a little bit, especially during the cold, during the winter. It's tough to go outside and do some stuff. Yeah.
He went into detail about his career path and what it took him to get to where he is today.
As you know, immigrant coming here, like there's a lot of jobs. You just search at the beginning and trying to find something that like will fit you better. But I remember like my first job here, man, a lot of jobs. You wanted to mention, okay, I'll try to mention all that I had. But like when I came, my first job was in a laundry at the nursing home back in Newton. Man, that was crazy. Like I didn't expect that. And my English was zero at that time, zero. I could say hi, that's all. And it's a funny story. I remember like at that time, I know that for you would sound like, man, what is this? Doesn't make any sense, because the manager of the nursing home, his name was Andrew, and I was laundry. You know, laundry was my area, and at that time I had to memorize like just the numbers from 1 to 10, and couple things that like I used to pillowcases and things that like in my area. So, but the phone rings all the time, and when they say like laundry, you know, you have to pick up the phone, answer, and say, hey, I'm here. What do you want? And whatever, you know. So I never say anything. I just laundry, and but at that time, like a laundry and Andrew for me was the same word. So when they call like Andrew line 3, then I pick up the phone, laundry. And then Andrew, after like a week, he called my boss and said, man, can you ask the laundry guy to stop answering my phones? Man, that was funny, because like I didn't know, but for me it was the same word. That was my first job. Then like I went to landscape. I deliver newspaper, you know, and what else? Oh, then like at that time, like I was doing 3 jobs, like get out home like at 4:30, come back at 11 at night, you know. And then like I got one gig, like a guy just called me to be a trash collector. You know, that's crazy. But believe it or not, that was a lot of money for me at that time, because I used to make like a 400, 450 for those 3 jobs together per week, and but like that job itself was 500. So I said, oh, that's perfect. So I took that job, but it was just for a season, and then like they let me go. But then I did that. Then I became, that's when I started like coming to Marlboro, when I became like a painter. My friend, like he used to have a company here. So then I started coming more to Marlboro to start painting. And then like start like cleaning houses. You know, that's when like, but that's like all 2 years. In 2 years, all that happened, you know. And then like I figured out, okay, that's what I'm gonna do, cleaning houses. And then like after a while, that started growing. You know, I started cleaning for myself, started growing. I hired someone, and then I opened a company and did like a post-construction cleaning. And I was on that for about 16 years with that company. That grew a lot. In one point, we got almost 30 employees. And but it's fading down a little bit.
At one point during the pandemic, Sal found himself working as the ambassador for the Board of Health.
At that time, like when I closed the company, I worked 2 years for FedEx, and but it was hard. Oh man, that was crazy. I became like this in 2 weeks. Lost a lot of weight. But then I started driving for Uber, and then that's when like a pandemic hit, and John I met John, the Board of Health, and we had like a little interview. He's a funny guy, so as you know. So, but like I loved it, and I worked for him for a year and a half, something like that, at the Board of Health. It was a good time, not good money. John is very tough on money, but like it was good time, definitely.
Sal works as a realtor. I wanted to know whether he found himself working more in sales or rental properties, and why.
I do both, but mostly sales, you know. So, but like I like to do both, because both like it can give me, rental is quick, so it can give me some income quickly, you know. But I love people. I love to be like interact with people, and buying or selling is a good interact that you have. I love the job. So the market right now is still crazy. Was much crazier before. 2 years ago, and even like a couple months ago. Like people were selling like crazy, people buying actually like crazy. Like was a bid, was hard for the buyers, you know, because it was bidding for houses. Houses like was in the market for 400,000, was selling for 520, you know, because people were giving more, and I'll give you this, I'll give you that. And this great market for the sellers. So brought it down a little bit because the rate went up, you know, but it's still a little like a seller's market. But the buyers is still, I mean, started get a little more voice, so like going back in the but I don't think it's gonna be like people are a little scared about 2008 because 2008 was a big hit when everybody bought a house in 2006, 7, and then like nobody could pay. I think this time is different because people that are buying, they really have condition. The bank is not giving money to anybody. No, they're giving money to people who can buy, you know, and I think that's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Alongside his work as a realtor, Sal can be found monitoring the streets as the city's parking enforcement officer.
So I don't know, to be honest, like, it's a tough job. That was a tough job. People don't like parking enforcement, so it's always a tough one, you know. So I did it because when I started, like it was John. He said, "Hey, so I don't want you here anymore." I said, "No." But then he said, like he called the chief. The chief calls and say, like, "Hey, I need someone here." So John said, like, "Hey, do you want to go? They pay much better." So yeah. So I went. I did 1 year, the first year. Then I said, "Man, that's tough. I don't know if I can do it." But then they show me more money. I said, "Well, you know what? I'll do another year." But I told the chief, I said, "Chief, probably just 1 more year because people don't like you much." But it's funny because I try my best not to give much tickets and just warnings to people, you know. And the funny story is, like, believe it or not, I have like 2 buyers buying with me a house that like I gave 3 or 5 tickets to those guys, and they even like, "Hey, Sal, you do realtor? Yeah, I want to buy a house with you." I said, "Okay, let's go." So it depends how you do, right? Even like giving tickets, if you do it for a smile and just try to keep nice. And man, I try to be nice.
So what happens when he does give out a ticket? I had to ask.
They yell first, you know, they yell at you, and then like most of the time, and then they go to the city hall. I mean, nothing much they have to do. So they have to or write it down, a check, or go to the city hall and pay, or appeal. They can appeal as well. So, and yeah, they can avoid that if it's possible. I think it's a fun job. Depends how you do, and good exercise for sure.
To say the least, Sal has found a home outside of home in the city. He truly had great remarks for it as we finished out our time together.
It's funny, Marlboro has a lot. It's a small city, you know, but has everything here. Everything here. It's funny because I said that, like, yeah, I now I live in Lancaster, but man, I can't wait to come back and to live in Marlboro, you know, because everything I do is in Marlboro. You know, I work in Marlboro. My office is in Marlboro. My church is in Marlboro. I love the people. I think Marlboro is a small city, but it's big as the same way. You know, like we have everything here. Have everything. So no better. I think it's no better. Honestly, it's no better place to be than Marlboro. Yeah, I think so.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on that one, you chuck it on this one, you chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father, you chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister, you chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now give me no break. Police now give me no break. Not the old soldier man I give you no break. Not even your action now give you no break. Hey, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when